What's up guys, Slot Player here, and today I will tell you a story about a gunman in Wild West whose death became a gambler's legend. We are talking about James Butler Hickok, better known as Wild Bill Hickok. Wild Bill was Wild West legend of the same fame like Doc Holliday, Wyatt Earp or Buffalo Bill. But it seems like that he took the nickname Wild by himself, so that he got all the fame and image that goes with that. When he was young, our Bill did all kind of things. He was a soldier in the Union Army during the Civil War, then railroad employee, scout, actor, law enforcer, and God knows what not. But during all that time he was best known as a passionate poker player. What wasn't exactly the unusual thing in the Wild West, but it is very important for our story and legend. They say that Wild Bill was the first winner of the quick draw gunfight ever recorded, where he shot the local gambler Davis Stutt in Springfield in 1865. Just because Davis won Bill's golden watch during one poker game and then was foolish enough to brag about it all the time. It's not a small thing to win a first recorded quick draw gunfight in Wild West, because that is probably one thing we all remember from the Wild West movies. It is said that Wild Bill killed altogether 6 or 7 people during his career, which is not exactly a small number. Anyways, at some point of time he ended in the Deadwood district in South Dakota. Surely you heard of the place, since the TV series of the same name was very popular. And even few episodes are dedicated to Wild Bill's last days and death in Deadwood. Legend says that on the 1st of August of 1876 he played the poker in a local saloon when the 24-year-old Jack McCall walked in through the door, completely drunk. McCall decided to join the poker game, and of course he lost whatever money he had. After winning most of McCall's money, Wild Bill even offered some of it back to the drunk so he could have something for breakfast tomorrow morning. But it seems that this has deeply offended McCall, and that will have very grave consequences the next day at the same place. Wild Bill was usually always sitting in the same seat, with his back to the wall and facing the entry so he could see whoever entering the saloon. But that day the seat was already taken, so he took the only available seat with the back to the door. And so after a while, McCall just walked into the saloon, came behind Wild Bill and shot him directly to the back of the head. Bill did not have any chances to survive. He dropped dead immediately, but what is interesting and important for our story are the cards he had in that moment. The classic 5-card draw poker was played, and Hickok at the time of tragic moment held 2 black aces and 2 black eights. Some people say that one of the aces was red, but most agree that the 5th card is not known. One thing is for sure, the 5th card was not ace or an 8, because in that case he would have had a full house and not 2 pairs. Since then, the hand with 2 pairs of aces and 8s is called Dead Man's Hand, and that has entered the popular culture and imagination as a damned and cursed hand. So we can find Dead Man's Hand in movies, tattoos, posters and many other things. I think it's super cool that also the homicide department in Las Vegas uses Dead Man's Hand as their insignia. The only problem being that the whole story about 2 aces and 2 8s is probably not true. We can find the mentions of Dead Man's Hand back in the times of Wild West in 1886. But at that time it did not have any connection with Wild Bill's cards, but was a full house consisting of 3 jacks and a pair of 10s. In 1903, Dead Man's Hand had 2 pairs, jacks and 7s this time, and in 1907 Hoyle says that the Dead Man's Hand is made of pair of jacks and 8s. And Hoyle was the highest authority on all card and casino games at the time. For the first time, aces and 8s were mentioned as Wild Bill's hand at the time of death only in the biography that was published in 1926, and that is full 50 years after the death. But anyways, it is a good story, and I guess as such has deserved to become a legend. Heavy metal band Motorhead sings about it in the song Ace of Spades, and even Bob Dylan uses it in one of his ballads. For those who are interested what happened to McCall, first the makeshift jury in Deadwood found him not guilty and let him walk free, because he claimed that Wild Bill killed his brother some time back, which could even be true. Then the stupid was bragging around to everybody how he is the man who killed Wild Bill. So he got arrested again, and this time found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging. And that was carried out. Anyways, we can say that Wild Bill's last poker hand became not only one of the most famous poker hands, but one of the most famous gambling stories ever. In the next video, I will tell you how famous poker player tricked casinos into winning millions, and then lost it almost all. If you are interested, press the subscribe button, you know how to do it. Guys, if you play only with money that you can afford to lose. Think of gambling as entertainment and not as a way to make money. Don't be a sore loser like Jack McCall, but a legend like Wild Bill. That's all from Slot Player for today. Take care and stay smart.